Hello everyone, this is Jack Frost with a little update for natural gas. Before we get into it, I want to say that I am currently doing a gold analysis 5 times a week with a video at the end of each week. If that is something you're interested in, there will be a link below this video where you can sign up for that today at pureelliottwave.com. Overall, for natural gas, price has declined for a deeper correction within a intermediate wave 3, overall pulling price higher. Elliott Wave first, technical analysis last. On the weekly chart, we can see this downwards movement labeled cycle wave 2 with this slow increase in price labeled the beginning of cycle wave 3, currently within primary wave 1. Within primary wave 1, intermediate waves 1 and 2 are labeled complete here and here, with intermediate wave 3 now pulling price higher. Intermediate wave 3 has a target calculated at 4.977, the 1.618 Fibonacci ratio of intermediate wave 1. If price makes a low below the end of intermediate wave 2 at 2.235, then intermediate wave 2 will be labeled incomplete and it cannot move below the start of intermediate wave 1 at 1.947. Overall, cycle wave 3 is expected to pull price higher with a target calculated at 24.226, the 2.618 Fibonacci ratio of cycle wave 1. On the main daily chart, we can see more detail for the downwards movement labeled intermediate wave 2, subdividing as a single zigzag. We can also see this upwards movement for the beginning of intermediate wave 3 labeled minor wave 1 with an incomplete minor wave 2 currently expected to pull price lower for the end of minute wave C. An Elliott channel is drawn around the minute degree movements within minor wave 1 using Elliott's first technique from the end of minute wave 1 to the end of minute wave 3 with a parallel copy on the end of minute wave 2. A full candlestick below and not touching this channel will add confidence to minor wave 1 being complete and minor wave 2 to pull price slightly lower before increasing for overlapping third waves at minor and intermediate degrees. Minor wave 2 expected to pull price lower with a target calculated at 2.676, the 0.618 Fibonacci ratio of minor wave 1. And if this target is reached and price continues lower, then minor wave 2 cannot move below the start of minor wave 1 at 2.235. On the technical weekly chart, price has moved up from support at 2.75, just failing to reach resistance at 3.5 and is now declining. Though this current session is incomplete, so we cannot draw any conclusions. Volume is overall pushing price higher with a very sharp push from volume as price failed to find resistance just here. On balance volume previously broken out of support, it currently has no new range and shows no signal. ADX is increasing though below 15, showing no clear trend. If the ADX line does increase to and above 15, it will give the strongest bullish signal it can as it increases from a low point and below both DX lines. RSI and money flow both neutral and stochastics neutral and increasing, having just entered oversold here where price found support at 2.75. Overall, this chart supports the Elliott wave count, expecting bullish movement to overall continue upwards. And on the technical daily chart, we can see price has just failed to find resistance here and has now moved below support, now resistance at 2.95. Volume overall increased as price moved towards resistance here, though it is now slowly declining as price declines. Volume overall pushing price higher with a push on various bullish candlesticks. On balance volume has no new range and gives no signal. ADX is now declining with no clear trend. RSI and money flow both neutral, with both of them having entered overbought previously where price failed to enter resistance just here. Stochastics is neutral and declining. Overall, this data expects downwards movement to continue for the short term, which supports the Elliott wave count. That's all for me with your little update for natural gas. Remember, if you are interested in a gold analysis 5 times a week with a video at the end of each week, you can click the link in the description below. Hope everyone has a good weekend.